Hello, and welcome to Moscato and Tea. This is the show for all things beauty, business, and community with your hosts, Inez and Chiquita, keeping it raw, real, and unfiltered.
What up, lady?
Hey, lady. What's going on?
Nothing much. Still in quarantine.
We're still in this quarantine, right? Still in this quarantine. What can I say? Well, rather be safe than sorry. That's all I can say.
I agree. I know they were talking about going past like May 1st or May 15th or whatever. So hopefully, people will stay in the house, and so we can get this cleared up.
Yeah, I know. Let's hope and see. But we've kind of communicated a little bit more just via text, just checking up on each other. And people, like I always tell, we only see each other when we do recordings. But we've been texting, and one of the things that we came up and we decided we want to talk about was about the stimulus,
bailout,
this PP loan protective plan for payroll loan that they're putting out there for small businesses, and how it didn't turn out to be that way.
I know.
I'm a small business. I rent my salon. I do all of these things. And when they said they were going to do that, I was excited. But then a part of me kind of was like, let me see what happens. Let me see what happens. So everybody's like, "Are you going to apply? Are you going to apply?" I was like, "I'm a small business. I'm self-funding, so I already know what that means. Like, I'm coming up with all my money and doing everything else." Luckily, there were some things like we have at our business, the building I rent from, good landlord allowing us to not pay any rent while we're not working, and I've been lucky.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was thinking about it, and all of a sudden, all of the money was gone within 24 to 48 hours.
What?
Like the money was gone like quickly.
That's crazy.
And then it turns out that here's the thing. I found it kind of interesting that small business, they're saying if you have under 500 employees, you are a small business. To me, that's not small. But that's just my opinion. I think if you have 200 employees and under, that's small.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you have multiple locations, you're not small. If you maybe have one or two locations, you're small. But if you have anything above 3 locations, you're not small. Yeah. To me, that means you're just doing more and more. That's just my opinion. Yeah. Okay. I know people are going to disagree, and that's fine. Yeah. But in my opinion, that's what it is. A small business to me is somewhere local, like the little coffee shop. Yeah, the little coffee shop, the mom and pop restaurant. Oh. To me, that's small business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The smaller restaurants. These kinds of things. Okay. So it turns out that a lot of these small businesses all of a sudden included big corporations that had multiple locations and got money. Ruth's Chris was one. I guess
I heard about that. Shake Shack.
Ruth's Chris, Shake Shack. What else? There was another one. I think there was some sandwich shop that had multiple locations, and its corporation got. Turns out the Lakers got some money, but the Lakers say they're giving back the money. And there was another big ass corporation too that got money. And I'm like, okay, so how does that small business? This is why I sat back and said, let me see what happens with all this money. And to me, I don't think it is small business. I think this is just a way for the government to allow corporations, again, the big guy, to get the money and call it small business and push out all the little people.
Yeah.
So when you're let me tell you guys something. So when you go back to your neighborhoods and you start walking your neighborhoods and you start seeing things and you see a lot of empty buildings and a lot of places that were there that are closed, it's due to the fact that none of these people got the small loans that they needed, and big corporations. So when you see another Shake Shack, you see another Ruth's Chris, you see another big corporation that got all the money and was able to maintain and now open up other locations, just know as a business owner, that's where I think all the money went.
Yeah, no,
and I think it's bullshit.
I'm seeing it, and it's crazy.
Don't call it a small business loan if that's not what you're doing.
The airlines, all that craziness, and how
that's what I'm saying. Airlines,
the cruise,
like bailout.
cruise ship companies getting bailouts. I'm like, what happened to actually the people, you know?
So that's what I'm saying. So when people start going outside again and looking for their neighborhoods and seeing empty commercial buildings all over the place, just know that a lot of these little companies couldn't make it. Could not. I mean, they're not even bailing out colleges where kids are going to school.
That's crazy.
To learn. I heard that one college, I can't remember what it was. It was a small little college, and my daughter was telling me about.
Like Harvard?
After 100,
it was Harvard.
No, I don't know. It wasn't Harvard. It was. I don't. Maybe there's something going on with Harvard, but this was a name I can't even remember. But it had been around 156 years, and now it had to close its doors because it does. After all of this, they're not getting bailout. They're not getting money to survive. They're not doing anything. So now this college has to close its door. So what happens to all these students? What about all these students that pay money for these colleges? Now the colleges have to give money back because the students didn't do, but we're not bailing them out. This is what I'm talking about, how it's so skewed that, you know, education needs to be a bailout.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Small businesses that thrive in the neighborhoods and bring business and bring jobs to the local neighborhood needs to survive. These big corporations will make it.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
You know how does Ruth Chris with 182 million, you know, revenue can't make it for a couple of months?
I know.
I'm just asking. I mean, like, you know, Cheesecake Factory was like, fuck that shit. We ain't paying rent. Sorry, we ain't getting the money. You know, we ain't getting the money until we get back into and we can pay our employees and now you're getting rent. Yeah. That's what you do when you're a big corporation and you know the power you have. Yeah. But a small person with business who tells their landlord, I'm paying rent, guess what the landlord's telling them? Get the fuck out my building.
Well, it's kind of also.
Do you think any of the? I was gonna say, do you think any of the big locations and malls that have a Cheesecake Factory and have all these things are going to tell them get the fuck out?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's all crazy at the end of the day, and it makes no sense. And I think it's very hypocritical all around because they're all about, you know, small business owners and, you know, what is it? Having your own and creating your own and
that's bullshit.
I don't know if you saw two things. I don't know if you saw Governor Cuomo kind of made a little dig at Mitch McConnell because he was talking about how don't give them bailout money for the states and all that stuff. And Cuomo was like, you know, New York gives you like $160 billion a year, but your state of Kentucky takes out way more than $160 billion. But you want to talk about how you don't want to help, you know, these states that are run by Democratic governors. And it's just like, what is happening in our country that it's all either red state or blue state and nothing in between? Like, we're all human beings and we're all in America together. And it's just like, it just blows my mind the way we're, you know, behaving.
Right.
Overall.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying corporations don't need, but they got a tax fucking break.
Hello, Amazon. Which
okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they got a fucking tax break. They get their breaks and they have these abilities to sit there and, like you said, Amazon, and even right now, Amazon is making billions of dollars right now with everything that's going on. So you mean to tell me that we as a people, I don't know. I guess I'm different. I guess if I was Amazon and I knew I was making billions of dollars and I still could pay my people and I would take some of my own earnings and say, here, give it to somebody else. Because at one point, Amazon was this little...
Amazon, Whole Foods, Target, the people that work there, the essential workers, they're all on strike right now. So they're telling people today, I don't know how long it's going to last, but they're saying for today to boycott shopping at Whole Foods, Target, Amazon, Instacart, because they're not paying these people for hazard pay. And I don't blame them if they're going on strike.
Oh, well, good thing you told me.
Yeah, you putting your life, you know, online. I know I had to remind myself because I was about to order something.
Yeah, I was like, girl, good thing you tell me. And I'm like, and I'm part of the problem too. Like, I'm not gonna lie that I got to purchase and whatever else, because at the end of the day, I can't purchase from, you know, like I know myself that during this, I try to purchase, like if I want to eat out or like coffee, I'm not going to Starbucks. I'm not going to those big corporations. Yeah. I'm going to the local little mom and pop
Exactly.
That are sitting there with, that might not be able to survive this.
Yes.
And they're like, thank you so much for supporting. I was like, dude, I know Starbucks is going to be there when this all shit is over, because they're going to get bailouts. They're I already know that, but I don't know if you're going to be here when this is over.
I think Starbucks is still open right now. I could have sworn I saw somebody at a Starbucks when they were posting or something that somebody was at a Starbucks or something, and I'm just like, wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The line by my house for the Starbucks is freaking ridiculously long. But there's some amazing, cute coffee shops by my house. By my house, I got to drive a little further.
Yeah,
but so good, and I'm like, I'm still paying the same price.
Yeah,
it's still there's no difference.
Yeah,
I'm paying $6 for a matcha.
Mm-hmm.
I pay $6 for a matcha at Starbucks.
Yes,
a coffee, it's the same thing, but I know it's going to local, and I want to. When all of this is over, I want to sit there and drive my neighborhood and see the local coffee shop there, because I know Starbucks ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we really do need to. I mean, as a country, start really supporting more small businesses, mom and pop stores, and especially black owned businesses, because I know they're hurting.
Hello, that's a whole nother topic and a whole nother thing, because even black owned business, I hate to say this, black people don't even support each other's business, so that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on another episode.
So are all these people that are starting small businesses realize that, I think people think they start a small business that they're going to end up like these other company. They see like a makeup line who started in the garage and now they're that's a very rare thing. Yeah. And that's because somebody with money decided to invest in that or do whatever. So know that if you're a small business, it's going to count on yourself, your employees, to make your business run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to put up a lot of your own personal credit. You're going to have to do a lot of things that people don't tell you about when you're running a small business. They just say, I could just start a business and it is what it is. Your inventory, like right now, Amazon, like everybody's buying shit from Amazon and all over the place. But what about that little local shop or, store that had all these things because they're not considered essential and big enough?
Yes.
They're closed down. And now when they come back, they're not going to have a business.
That's true. That's the sad part.
So, and that money, like that, they said payroll protection. And then here's the thing. If you use it for your payroll, you don't have to pay it back. But I'm a small business, right? Yeah. What if I am my own payroll? So you're telling me because it's only me, I got to pay that shit back?
I know.
But a company that has more and has availability won't have to pay it back?
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense, girl.
It makes no sense at all.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Did you hear?
I just go, I just do me and figure shit out.
You have to. Honestly, I think.
And still encourage people to still do business.
Yeah.
And even after this, you guys, if you're interested in doing this, still go out there and follow your dreams, because for the ones that close, we still need others to open.
We just encourage people to really research what they want to do and get involved in, because it's not going to be easy. You're not going to be a millionaire in one day. Let me tell you.
I wish if that was the case, everybody would be a business person.
Exactly. So it takes a lot of hard work, and believing in yourself, in your product, and really, surrounding yourself with people that really support and encourage you. I think that's the only way you're really going to make it. Rather than just going
I know, really rake it. And everybody's like, oh, did you apply for the STEM? I was like, no, I didn't. Yeah. They're like, no, why? I said, listen, at the end of the day, this is just me personally. Going through all of that, I was like, and seeing what I see, what's the likelihood of someone like myself, a solo person who has a really small business getting any type of that money? I don't know anyone who has. Yeah. Everybody that I've known that's applied, not one person's gotten that any type of money.
It's politics.
Again, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, well, I've already been self-funding all this time anyways. I'll just keep self-funding. Yeah. But if that's what you want to do, I encourage you to apply. I encourage you to do whatever it is. And if you do, man, comment, let me know. Cause I'd be like, right on, cheers. At least I know small businesses are getting it.
I know.
At least I know small. You got downtown?
I think we keep getting. Well, this is what happens when we do these at home. We keep getting that little cut off connection. So it's
we get at that kind of connection. So just know this is real. We're really self distancing. Yeah. So if you hear that end, like, are they done? That was us trying to figure out what we're doing.
I know. I keep having to tap on my phone. I'm like, because we're having to do this through like FaceTime and recording, and it's like, oh my God.
Right. It's a whole thing.
But yeah, I think, it's just one of those things where we really got to pay attention to what's going on and don't believe just one source. Really research and look into what's really going on. I don't know what she said
there, but I'm going to say yes. You really have to pay attention to what you're doing, what you want, and how it is, and encourage. I really can't say it more. Support your small business in your neighborhood.
Highly encourage.
Support the small restaurant. Support the small coffee shop. Support the retailer who says, "Hey, I'm still online. You can purchase. We'll still ship." Support. Yes, I understand sometimes the convenience of Amazon and all these things do happen and we want, but at the end of the day, Amazon is always going to still be there. But what about these other businesses that people that, Amazon ain't going nowhere. Starbucks ain't going nowhere. A lot of these big chain corporate restaurants, their infrastructure is created for shit like this.
Yes.
So they are not going anywhere. But the small business person who has to sit there and rely on a day-to-day basis, the money coming in to put on the lights and pay their employees, that's the one that we need to really support and purchase and eat from and get delivery food from, because the big chains ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
And if they happen to fall, that's another thing too. Now with all of this online shopping, they're talking about a lot of malls are going to close down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. Speaking of which, they sold Crenshaw Mall out here.
What?
Not that anybody knows where Crenshaw Mall. Crenshaw Mall, if you ever know, Tupac did a video back in the day, and one of the videos he did it and he recorded at this mall. So just to let you know how the Baldwin Hills Mall. So Tupac recorded and did a video at that mall. But yeah, but here's again, big corporation. They sold it for like $100 million, and it turns out they're going to build offices. So there's not even going to be a mall there anymore.
Oh my God. Well, before we sign off, I'm going to just throw this out there because I know you probably haven't heard, but your boy.
What you throwing out? Because I can't hear you. See, here we go, you guys. Technical difficulties.
That the people in Michigan.
So she.
He was saying he was.
What'd you say?
People in Michigan.
I was telling the people we have technical difficulties.
Oh yes. Oh no, I was saying that Trump tweeted out the people in Michigan are very good people. They want their lives back safely. They need to talk with them and cut a deal. He was talking about the protesters that
whatever. I don't care what this man got to say. Why are you going to ruin my day? Because you already know as long as they're white and they're white and racist, these are very good people. So whatever, get out of here.
It's crazy. Well, we're going to go ahead and sign off on this, you guys, and we will talk to you later. Bye
guys. Till next time. Stay safe and healthy. Thanks for listening. Take a little time to enjoy your brand of Moscato and Tea with us every day. Subscribe, rate, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and MoscatoandTea.com.